Hi guys, how are you? I hope you're all fine. I hope life is treating you well. I hope you're giving life the chance to treat you well. And most importantly, I hope you guys are treating yourself well. Today I was thinking like I was having some ache problem and I had been feeling really tired. So I just wanted to relax today, like not think about anything, not do anything. We just be. I've learned how to do that. But recently, as I've started making these videos, something or the other thing that comes up, and I'm like, I do need to share this because because I think it is really very important, and a lot of you will find it very important too. Um, so it's about and don't mind my appearance, please. I was just relaxing in my night dress only. So this is my go-to shirt. If I don't want to dress up or anything, I just put it on, like pop it on up on. Um, so that I look at least so that it's decent. So, like I said, the message is bigger than me. You know, it's not about how I'm looking. It's I should show up always in a dignified way. I think it is dignified, but sometimes the purpose trumps other things. So this I wanted to talk about the again self judgment and the judgment that we face from society. But today I wanted to talk especially about self judgment and how we start identify, how we make like something that has happened to you, something that is very horrible. That thing is, that thing kind of puts us into a victim mentality, and that is a horrible place to be. You have to come out of it because see, something happened to you, but you survived that. So you're not a victim. I would not even say you are a survivor, you are a victor. And our minds have the habit of, and we ourselves have a habit of, like, kind of sometimes shaming our own selves. Like I said, I had been kind of having some problems, health problems, and I really needed proper rest. And our nervous system also, so sleep is a very big part of it. Proper restful sleep. So, and if you're not giving proper rest, yeah. And the other thing, it's called somatic, right? Somatic is like related to the body. So when you have been through trauma or when you're dealing with trauma, it's not just your emotions that you need to tend to. It's your body also, equally important. You need to treat your body also with a lot of care, with right nourishment, right kind of whatever your body needs, you know. And initially it requires a lot of rest. We think if it's about the brain or the mind, it has nothing to do with the body. They are interconnected, like this, you know. So you need to make your body feel safe. Most of the trauma, they arise mostly first in the body. This is what we don't realize. I am going to make a I want to make this a short video because I'm tired, but I will make a bigger video. I mean, I will make a proper video on this um, soon. But right now I thought I, this thing is important, like the way we judge ourselves. So proper sleep is very important for the body. When you can have a restful sleep, your body starts getting the message, your brain starts getting the message that you're safe, right? Because trauma mostly instills the feeling of insecurity and fear among us. So I'm like, I don't compromise on the sleep hygiene thing. From sleep hygiene, I mean proper rest. But ever since I have been making these videos, I have been avoiding my rest in the way. But then I cover it up in the kind of, I do take rest. I will sleep late till late because, like I have said, I need it. So, and as I have said, proper boundaries, so nobody disturbs me also. And I'm not going to continue it. Like, this is not a good habit, staying up late and waking up late. I know it's a process. So, yeah, about self judgment and how we start, uh, how we start judging ourselves, how we start traumatizing ourselves without even realizing it. So, I was like, since few days, like I'm getting proper sleep, but it's like I go into the bed and I'm like asleep in a way. But for the past few days, I was not having proper sleep. So somebody suggested me, and it was a good suggestion about why don't you buy some silken pillow and silken sheets? They really are not about, uh, it's not about showing off or anything. They really do make your body feel comfortable, and they make you feel like, yes, you're worthy. I can't afford silken sheets right now, so it's like, there are other ways also. So I went for satin sheets, um, and so I first ordered a pair of satin pillows, and it really did help me sleep well. It was very soothing in a way. That I thought I will try first, rather than getting the whole everything, pillows and bed sheets and everything. I thought satin is a better option than silk. I'm not talking about fabric here. I'll tell you. You will get the point. I teach. I said, like I said, not even teach. I share. I have learned things from my life experiences only. Life is my biggest teacher. So I slept really well, and then I was like, okay, it means I can, get the other. I can get the bed sheets and even covers also. And satin is like quite affordable here. It was online, quite affordable. So I was like, I ordered uh, some like two pairs of pillows and a sheet and all. And so, and then when I was putting those pillow covers on the pillows, the thing, my own mind, I mean, this is how, like, the self judgment thing started telling me, you are depressed, you are uh, mostly in a, always in a kind of a crying spell, and right now you have told people what happened, told, like, to the closest one, and you want to sleep on silk. You don't have a penny to your name. How are people going to perceive you? How are people going to see you? And what makes you think that you should be spending like that? And I did not spend much because I'm like, I thoroughly looked for economical options that would give me the same effect, because it is so required, this rest. And so I knew I had to do this in a way to tell my body that, yeah, you are safe, and to tell myself, yeah, I'm worth it. Right now, if I can't afford silk, it's okay. Satin is equally fine. And I don't think I would ever go for silk. I'm not like that. So um, I was like, and it was like, you are living like a princess. And I was like, I had to catch myself, because, and then my mind was trying to tell me, haven't you been a victim or earlier also for these things? And I was thinking, like, for what things? So the kind of things, like, you carry yourself like you are a princess or a queen. So first I have started never identifying with a princess. I identify as with a queen. I am never going to be a princess, like, and it's, I never think myself as a princess. And in a queen sense, I don't mean that I identify as being arrogant or anything. No, a queen is a prince. With princess, I find like it's kind of entitled and very pampered, way of existence, and very dependent. But a real queen is, you may not have a penny to your name, you may not have a kingdom, but it's somebody, a queen or a king. It's somebody who takes responsibility for their actions, who are confident, who don't let others judge, who don't let others boss them around, who have a proper discernment or judgment about life situations, who are respectful of themselves and others also, who take accountability for their actions, and who are independent. I'm not financially independent as of now, and there are so many things that I don't know how to drive and all. But then I'm like, I don't let those things stop me, because I can learn them once I'm in a condition where I can just go and learn them, because like I said, a lot of health concerns and all. So I had to remind myself, I had to remind my mind, you know, don't you try to shame me. It's not going to work. I have outgrown that, because I know what it does. My mind was, and in a way, my mind was trying to protect me. That's how the mind works until we train it differently. The mind's work is to protect us. It's coming up with ideas that will protect us. And these ideas can be very harmful if we are not aware of that. So that's what my mind was trying to tell me. See, if you have this kind of a silken bed sheet, if you decorate your room too well, if you show up too well, if you smile even, if you sing, if you hum, you will be targeted again. You will again be the target of the hate. So I do get that, where my mind was like, what place my mind was coming from. It wanted to keep me safe. But remaining safe doesn't mean remaining in a prison, or in a mental prison. We have to teach our own mind also that it is safe. And it doesn't matter. I have outgrown that, you know? So I was like, I have all the right to, feel comfortable if I want. And I will not be shamed into thinking that I can't do that. I should not be doing that. My body needs rest. And I really found it useful. It's not just I went around spending money. I just ordered one a pair, and I found it really helpful. So I did my research and I'm doing it. I'm being responsible. I had to remind that to myself. So there is nothing wrong about it. And whatever happened, things happened. And I'm not condoning them, never condoning them, but I'm not identifying as a victim. I survived that. And now that I'm trying to get over all of it, it makes me a victor, not a victim. And the way that we choose to show up or react for a time, it depends upon the situation or the things that you have gone through. So in my case, I can still forgive this thing. But forgiveness doesn't mean giving these people entry into your life again, because repeatedly you have seen the behavior. But I can cut myself off from them totally. And it is something, if it is something very horrible, and where you require, you know, um, legal counsel also, something so horrible. I'm not naming those things. If you're going through those kind of a things, you are referred to as victim in the courts. So don't let it define you in a way, and don't just blurt it out in front of the judge or anyone that I'm not a victim. Keep it to yourself. Keep reminding to yourself that it's just a legal term. It makes it makes the proceedings easy, you know. But do not identify as being the victim, because you survived it. And as much as I advise about or advocate about not letting the world shame us, not let it get to us, do not let your own mind, your own judgment shame you. Never let it. You know, you are worth every bit of kindness, every bit of sweetness, every bit of goodness life has to offer. So, it's very hard to come out of victim mentality. I will cover that in some video. But initially, it's hard when something has just happened and when you're dealing with it's very raw. When you start getting to some place, never think yourself as a victim. You are a victor who survived something horrible, or who kept on surviving something horrible. And I'm saying surviving, but what I mean is it's not just surviving, it's having victory over those things. There are things that would have destroyed somebody. That is so unfortunate. And I feel like I wish I could save everybody, but then I know it's not possible. But I can remind you that if you survive those, there are not many who will or who can. Like the things I survived. So I see myself as a victor. And not in an arrogant way. Not in an arrogant way. So you need to catch, because if I had agreed with that thought, you know, that what gives you the right to live like a princess, you know. I was like, first thing, don't call me a princess. Second, I am not going out just kind of throwing off money or anything. I did a lot of research and I got some very economical options. And just a second, I have to take the sip of the tea. I'm like, really. And if this is what I really want, and if it is really giving me comfort without hurting anybody, why would I shrink myself? I've done it all my life. The past life. I refer to the earlier version of me as the past life. I'm not that person anymore who shrinks herself. If it is for a kind reason, I will, in a way, for depending on the situation, for some time, if somebody needs that kind of a help, genuinely needs. But that will just be a tactic, I would say, shrinking myself. I would never shrink myself now. Doesn't mean that I'll be arrogant or anything, but then things that are just, that are fine, I'm not letting people shame me around that. I'm not even letting my own mind shame me around that. So many of us are more traumatized by our own judgment. So please don't do that to yourself. And sometimes I was kind of a person who would be like, I could talk to anybody, but talking like this about these subjects, showing up strong, it's not that I'm faking it, being strong or something like that, but I do scared sometimes and do get scared sometimes. But generally, I have I don't get scared easily now. When a attack comes, it's the body's response, brain's response to something. But I'm not scared. It elicits fears and other things. That is something medical. But generally, I'm not scared of anything now or anybody. So, yeah, don't let your own mind shame you. You're not what happened to you. You are never what happened to you. You are who you decide to be. You are what you do after something terrible happened to you. I'm not asking you to go around forgiving people doing terrible things. You're the best judge of what you have been through. But don't punish yourself for other people's mistake. You know? So get rid of this self judgment completely, this self shaming. Self assessment is very important. You have to see. I'm not saying you should not take responsibility or accountability about anything. Self judgment and self assessment and self judgment are very different things. Introspection and shaming yourself is a different thing. So don't shame yourself. Don't judge yourself. Assess if you need to. And please, when you have reached up to a point, don't identify as being a victim. It is not, I'm not talking about disassociation. I'm not talking about disassociating with the event. Think of it as something that you conquered, something that you survived. Give yourself credit for that. The more you believe in yourself, the more things will start shifting around you. And if that is not evident initially, something inside you will start shifting. Like I said, I never thought I would start this channel and I would talk about these things. I have always wanted to be an author, and I have been working on my book. But then things kind of happened that I was like, no, I have to do this. And I will share just one more thing. My videos, yeah, my god, they get long. But this is not going to take much time. So when this shaming thing, right? When I was like putting the covers on the pillows, um, my mind was telling me, why are you doing this? You will be targeted again. And I was like, I'm not scared of that. I don't care. Then the mind was like, what makes you think you should just live like queens, like princess? My mind said, and I was like, I had to remind my mind also sternly, don't ever call me a princess. I'm not a princess. So yeah, then I was like, I had then it's like, again, you can end it here also. But then I was saying how I kind of get how life guides us, you know. So I was like, okay, fine. But I thought I should make a video about this, so that a lot of people who go on shaming themselves because others are shaming them, and sometimes if you have supportive people around you, you become your own worst enemy and you start shaming yourself. Don't do that. Catch yourself while doing that. It just doesn't go in a like click of a finger or bat of an eye. But with practice, it happens. So it's like, I was like, I'm not going to let even my mind bully me. I control my mind. My mind doesn't control me. It takes a lot of practice, you know, lot of practice. But mind is beautiful. Mind is beautiful if you can get it under control. So, and then I opened a YouTube, and there was a reel. That's how I say that, like, I my faith in life and God keeps proving He has got my back. And it was, I don't know from what book it was. It was a kind of a doha, we call in Hindi. Doha is like, I don't know, four lines, or yeah, mostly doha are two lines or four lines that some really wise people before us have summarized a lot of wisdom into, and it's kind of rhyming. And I just heard it. I don't remember I saved it. I don't remember it verbatim. But what it meant is, when this person explained, and I was so grateful to him, I was like, thank you, God, thank you, Bhaiya. It's like, it said that, you know, uh, when you are being criticized by so many, what wise people do is they amp up their confidence. They don't go down. So when you're being criticized, they am when they are being criticized, the wise people, they amp up their confidence even thousand folds, rather than going down with it. They become even stronger. They show up even stronger because they are confident in themselves. When you know you are not doing anything wrong in your heart, you know it. Then I'm talking about those situations. So I I was just thinking this, and it was like God's confirmation. Like, yeah, don't worry about these things. You're not doing anything wrong. You're just taking care of yourself without hurting anybody. Without hurting anybody, you know? And yeah, so I will reiterate that when people are being mean, and others are being mean, or being very critical of you, or criticizing you, shaming you, what the wise people do, sadhu jan we call in Hindi, and mostly in dohas, sadhu jan or sant jans, they, rather than going down, they increase their confidence. They use it as fuel, because they have established their identity in themselves, who will not tolerate this kind of shaming from their own selves. You know, when 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 you know you are right, when you know you're not doing anything wrong, you're not hurting anybody, that is the first step, checking that you are in the right, checking with your conscience, checking with your heart. So I would be like, if you are the one who is constantly shaming yourself because of the traumas that you have gone through, because of something that happened, and I don't know what it could be, something very horrible, and or because of how you were raised, you got into the habit of just shrinking and shaming yourself, thinking that you don't deserve anything good in life. That is not true. You are not what happened to you. You are not what happened to you. You're this wonderful being, this wonderful person that God created, that God somewhere buried inside all the noise in the world, and by our own, and our mind picked it up, and even our mind became influenced by that, and we started identifying uh, with this victim mentality, or that of not being worthy. So you're not that, please. You are always, at any point of time, you are who you choose to be. You are who you choose to be. I had to make this video. And I'm tired, yeah, but I had to. So please don't torture yourself. This time my appeal is to you. If you do this to yourself, sometimes, like, these things are so subtle. The mind is trying to protect us, and it will come up with so many reasons so that you don't have to go through that same experience again, and it becomes distorted, you know. So I forgot this very important point. Like, I spontaneously make my videos, so give me a pause. I'll take a sip of the tea and then it will help my brain. Yeah, I could not remember actually. No, I don't have some forgetting problem, but then it's like I'm really tired and it's life's way and my body's way of telling me enough, you need to rest. You are acting like you are on a crusade. So just come back to yourself, you know, just rest. There's nothing wrong in resting for a while. So I forgot, and I'm not forcing my mind to remember. Um, so yeah, um, don't do this, okay? You may be someone who has who may be very advanced in age. I'm also, I'm not. I don't believe in getting old or anything. I have my own radical ideas, radical beliefs. Not everyone has to agree with that. But you may be very advanced in age also, and this pattern may be embedded in you. But it can be uprooted. It can be changed, replaced slowly by reminding yourself, you know, that you're not a victim. You're not a victim. You're a victor. You're a victor. Yeah. Again, for legal purposes, this word, this term is used. We have to use this term. So if God forbids, if you're in that kind of a situation and where you have, and you're being, you have to refer to yourself as the victim in that situation, yeah, do refer to yourself as the victim. Because I'm not asking you to be, I would not, how do I say, I am not getting a better word for it. I'm not asking you to be very naive or foolish about it, because these are the terms that our legal system understands, right? So for those purposes, you can just, you know, state, yeah, um, I am the victim of this circumstance. But don't make it your identity in your mind and how you show up in life. That's what I wanted to say. You are not, I mean, something horrible happens. And yeah, yeah, now I remember. It's like I keep repeating few things. It is just to, like, you know, it's like my mind. There are few things that my mind would tell me, you have to say this. And I would be like, but then I know I can discern now what voice to listen to and what advice to listen to and what not. But this advice, that insistent voice that my mind is like telling me, you have to say it again and again, I find it correct. Because, so I would remind you again that you're strong enough, you have got this, you can do this. And if your life is like completely surrounded by events and circumstances and people where you can not see any light, still I would urge you to keep having hope. That's when it matters. Anybody can be hopeful when everything is going beautifully. But the real strength is when everything is falling apart and still you don't lose your character, you don't lose your hope. I wish I could be of more help. It's like I wish I could just, would I have learned, I could just transfer it into you and you would feel relief. But it doesn't happen that way. Because I know if I give it to you, I will create it again in me. But it doesn't happen that way. And I've learned not to do that. In a way, we transfer our energy to other people. It happens. It's a completely different thing. Like I said, I'm into spirituality a lot. So this is also a different thing. And I'm thinking of starting a channel on spirituality too. But that will require work. And right now, my body is telling me to rest. And I have learned to honor my body, mind, soul, myself, and others also who deserve it. So, yeah, please don't shame yourself. And if there is really something that, like I keep saying, something that you think you have done something wrong or something horrible has happened by your hands, you have ended up doing something horrible. Like I have ended up doing few very horrible things. So correct it if it is possible, and if it is not possible, ask for forgiveness from whoever you believe in. If you don't believe in God, ask generally forgive. Just just say, life, I'm sorry. I didn't know better. Because the mistakes that I made it because I didn't know better. And and forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. You know? And once you forgive yourself really truly, you start accepting yourself. There will not be a divide in your personality then. There will not be a part of you that is always feeling like you hate that part, that it is rejected always. A part that made the mistake. Bring that part into awareness. Ask for forgiveness from life if you don't believe in God. Or just generally say that you're just generally kind of feel that you're sorry. And I know you are sorry. That's why you're into this trauma and you are into this guilt. So bring that part into light, accept that part. Then only that part will be able to be liberated, you know, and tell it to that part or you that I forgive you, or if I forgive myself. I didn't know better. And I release you. I acknowledge you. I'm not shaming you. And I release you. You're free. Just try and you will see what it does to you. How it starts kind of making you feel lighter. Because we are carrying so many invisible um, baggages that we don't dare to bring to light. So that's what I wanted to talk about. I thought I would make a video of 5 or 10 minutes. It's again going to be 40. But it could not be summarized. I could not have said it in few words, like our saints, like the saying that I saw on YouTube. So yeah, and you can check out Ho'oponopono prayer for any issue that you are facing. That really helps. Whatever your issue you're facing, type that and type Ho'oponopono prayer. You will find uh, really good insights. Not I would not just say insights. There are such beautiful content creators, and it really helps you in releasing this traumas. This especially it helps in releasing guilt. It especially helps in releasing guilt. So I do hope that this helps. Guys, please take this seriously. I'm like, I'm putting a lot of effort in making all this, and I'm going through an emotional roller coaster while doing this. So please listen. Again, I'm not saying that I want likes or anything. And please share it with people who may be going through this kind of thing. That's all I want. Like I said, I'm not in need of validation from other people. As long as I know in my own heart I'm right. I'm right in God's eyes. I'm doing the right thing. I don't need validation from anybody. It doesn't mean that you guys are not important to me. But I'm not doing this for likes or for being famous or anything. I am like, in a way, I've outgrown those things. I I value my peace more than that. I value um, my purpose more than that. So please stop shaming yourself and forgive yourself. And you don't know how? Check out Ho'oponopono prayer. Ho'oponopono. If you guys have not heard about it, I would spell it Ho'opo N O Ho'opono. Oh my God, I'm forgetting it. I'm not bad at I'm not bad at studies, but wait, I just want to get it like complete really right. I don't want to um, give you something that is not helpful. I'll check the spelling. I'll confirm it. Yeah, I couldn't look it up because I don't know if I close this window and open Google, this video will stop and I'll have to make a second part. I don't know about that. So it's H, but like I said, sometimes you are left with no other choice than to dig down deep and find out that well of knowledge inside yourself, because you have been learning all your life, you just don't know it. You have been gathering wisdom, you just don't know it. So it's, just bear with me, it's Ho'opono, it's Ho'opono, and Pono, Ho'oponopono prayer. And it's not that I'm affiliated or something like that. No, it is, I have found it really, really helpful for me. It really helps. First, when you go about it, it will bring up so much emotions and you will end up crying. So do it in a place where you feel safe and you are at a calm space, and where I would say you are not being among people. And if you are you do it with sincerity, with the real sincerity in your heart, it helps. And you have to keep on doing it. And there are some cheesy Ho'oponopono prayers also, so don't go for those. Use your discernment, see what you know what is your need, and do that. That will really help you forgive yourself or anybody you need to forgive or you want to forgive. Yeah. So yeah, I love you guys. I wish you all a happy healing. I believe healing is possible, completely possible. Okay, bye.